Remember this: faith or a belief system or a conviction in things which are good and divine can only be reinforced by satsang. It cannot be done by anything else. It can't be done by self study alone. And we are giving a wonderful opportunity for these youngsters to have this satsang virtually or in class, and that is going to truly shape their character and destiny. And Kalage Sundarakaram Sadaika Priyadarshanam Ajnana Nashakam Devam Sadgurum Muralidharam. By the grace of our beloved Guru Maharaj, Maharanyam Shri Shri Muralidhara Swamiji, it has been very inspiring and very moving to me personally to listen to 17 of you talking about wonderful work you are all doing. So 17 of you represented about 100 plus teachers in North America. And we have about 400 children who have been guided by you all, which is just wonderful seva, not only to our Guru Maharaj, but also to our Sanatana Dharma at large. And not only to Sanatana Dharma, if you ask me, it is a great seva to humankind also. The greatest dana one can ever do, even greater than Annadana, I'm afraid, is Vidya Dana. Okay. Of all the Vidya Danam, there are two types of Vidya as per our Upanishad. One is called Apara Vidya, another one is called Para Vidya. When there is a Para Vidya, means that Vidya which makes children go closer to their true self, which makes children go closer to Bhagavan. You see, which is the purpose of life as per our Sanatana Dharma. So when you all are doing Gopakutiram classes inspired by your beloved Swamiji, and taking the actual lessons and booklets which Swamiji himself has guided the authors of the book, and when we are doing it, we are truly serving humanity at large, and hence we are truly serving divinity at large. If you take any of the Mahatmas, they say Jani Janardhani Aisa Bhava, that the greatest Bhagavata Dharmas Bhava, or looking at Krishna, is looking at all embodied beings, looking at all life as Krishna. That's the highest way you can actually experience or serve Bhagavan, isn't it? And so that's exactly what we are doing, and we are serving. And I see that each of you, I know each of you personally, each of you are very humble. Yeah, each of you are all of you are very caring, and you are doing it tremendous devotion and dedication. As some of you mentioned, of course, all of you have your own busy schedules, and you have your own personal, professional, social commitments, family commitments. And you have put Gopakutiram teaching as in the top of all these, and that's something which is worth paying my pranams to. And that's how we really relish this path of teaching. I could see each of you talk with so much benign pride and joy, saying that our Gopakutiram is going well, which is exactly what Swamiji emphasizes in any Kainkariya, especially teaching, that we need to enjoy it. Even doing puja is a Kainkariam, isn't it? So when we do puja, can you think of a grudging puja as a puja at all? Can you think of a grudging Nama Sankirtana as a Nama Sankirtana at all? It is not, isn't it? So you are all very embodiments of the real way in which our Swamiji envisions how we need to do Kainkariam. I could see the joy in your eyes, in your voice, and tremendous pride. We should have pride in what we are doing. It's not the pride of I am doing it. As almost all of you said, it is the pride of I have been fortunate to be a part of this. You see, it's a bhagyam for us to do that. And I'm so happy that you are realizing it. And I know some of you are even looking forward to these classes. I'm so enthusiastic about it. And this is exactly what Swamiji envisioned. And I'm so happy, like in other places, North America is truly living to the vision and to the actual envisioning of our Swamiji to take Gopakuteram forward. And as some of you said, it is not only an education for children, and even in the handbook, I saw this wonderful little photo where learning is a shadow or a reflection of teaching. You see, we teach and learn, right? And as you teach, you learn more. And I have seen it. That's why I never lose a chance of teaching. And that's why, even though we have very able youngsters to take Yuva Gopakuteram forward, I jumped in the fray. I said I need to be a part of it. And uh, because I learn a lot, I enjoy it a lot. And I could see the same thing with all our brothers and sisters, you all, when you're doing that. And I'm particularly very happy to see that the flexible format is working so well for you. So we have what we call electives, we have clubs, and we are giving a little bit of a power of choice to the children, depending on their aptitude, depending on their taste, to pick up. See, Sanatana Dharma is it's humongous, you see, and it is multi-hued. And when we are trying to show them, if you like Kirtans, chalo, come and be a part of our Kirtan club, whatever name we call it. If you like dramatics, here is a chance for you to express your drama skills. If you like slokas, come memorize the slokas, understand its meaning. If you like just do meditation or chanting of the divine name, which is meditation, here is chanting for you. If you want to know more about the Sanatana Dharma, here is a book for you. So that's a fantastic format which almost all of you are following, and you have not moved away from the grammar, and yet you are adding so much of variety, which is very important. You see, it's very easy for people to start teaching what they think they like the most, you see. And it is a great seva, I wouldn't disagree, but then I wouldn't call it real Kainkaryam. Kainkaryam is what you are all doing, which is aligning my tastes, my attitudes, my belief system to the Mahatma who has envisioned the Gopakuteram. And our Swamiji by nature is pretty flexible. He likes innovation, he likes variety, and he likes life in fullness, you see. And so he would want children to be developed aesthetically. They should learn to appreciate beauty. They should learn to appreciate variety and diversity in this world. They should also be physically fit. They should also be emotionally stable and emotionally strong. And they should also be intellectually sharp. With all these things comes the flowering of spirituality. And which is exactly what I've been hearing from you all. You have given a lot of aesthetic manifestation of a child's heart in form of arts, music, fine arts, dramatics, and all that stuff, which is exactly what our Swamiji wants to do and would like us to do. And of course, for sharpening the intellect, they should understand the finer aspects of Sanatana Dharma. We come from a Dharma which is very strong in its intellectual base as well. There are a lot of questioning. There is a lot of meaning behind a lot of stuff. I don't like the word symbolism, because symbolism sort of divorces the manifestation from the underlying truth. Ours is a continuous whole. I hope you understand. When you say something is a symbol, it is dispensable. In our Sanatana Dharma, the so-called symbol is not dispensable. It's a part of this journey itself. It need not be dispensed at any point of time. So we call it as a fundamental truth, which is intellectually the base, and it is expressed itself or manifested itself aesthetically, emotionally, and spiritually in various forms. And that's what we are trying to teach the children. And our Swamiji used to say that life should be seen as a celebration. Life should be seen as a grateful celebration. Life should be seen as a grateful celebration holding on to Krishna's hand. And that's what we are doing. All Gopakuteram centers, they put festivals as the center of their teaching and learning, so that our children can actually see the day-to-day manifestation of what they learn in the class, the virtual or real. So you are celebrating Utsavs, you are trying to tie up our Bhagavatam stories, our arts and crafts, our bhajans with the real-time, real-life festivals. And that's how we build this wonderful structure of Sanatana Dharma in the hearts of our children, block by block, by teaching them something and giving them an opportunity to express it, manifest it, and apply it. You see, so you teach bhajans, and then you also give them a wonderful, avenue for them to actually sing those bhajans, whether it is our own satsang, namadwars, or temples nearby. Hats off to you all. That's exactly what Gopakutiram is all about. When we learn arts and crafts like making diyas and stuff like that, we relate that to the wonderful festivals we have. And when we learn bhajans, and when we learn some of the stories, we relate it to yatras, Ratra Yatra and stuff like that. And that's exactly what. You may ask, why am I telling what you are already doing? Because I am helpless. You see, you are doing things perfectly. There is nothing to change there. It is just that it need to be sustained by the grace of Guru. May your enthusiasm grow by the grace of Guru, and by the grace of Krishna, and let more and more people be inspired to teach and learn. You see, and let more and more children be inspired to learn and then teach. So these two are two sides of the same coin. Let it grow that way. And what I would think is, I would want each of you to listen to what other people are talking about, because first of all, it enhances our skill of listening. Even though I'm not talking, I'm listening, which is what we teachers need to sharpen. We are all very good listeners. We need to keep on growing in that, because good listeners generally evoke good listening when they teach also. And that's exactly what you are doing. I have a few points to actually, if I can use the word, learn as best practices based on what I heard from you. I'm sure all of us are celebrating key events, okay? And I've heard it from all of you. Let us continue doing that. And all of us are giving some avenue, some way for the children and for our students to show and showcase and apply what they learned. So when I explain about puja, when we have, say, Ramanavami or Krishna Jayanti, we can actually make them do the puja. When we are trying to teach them Sampradaya bhajans during some events like, say, Swamiji's Jayanti or, Narasimha Jayanti, we can call them to actually sing the kirtans. And, they understand that there is a value to what they have learned. It is not just, they have it right inside, they can also express it out. And then one more thing we can have as a vision is, we can have what is called as a Puranava carnival in each of the cities that would immediately bring the attention of the greater Hindu population in our city. And some of the cities are already doing it in North America, where we use Puranava or Sanatana Dharma quiz as a sort of a center stage to actually do a celebration, which is the spiritual India, Adhyatma Bharata celebration, which can be songs, music, dance, more especially food and handicrafts and exposition of what we are. Show them Vedic mathematics, show them the grammar of either Tamil or Telugu or whatever, or Hindi or even Sanskritam, to show something unique to India, and invite people, Americans. Some of them may be people of Indian origin, some of them may be people of some other country's origin, but all of them need to know the greatness and the grandness of Sanatana Dharma. I think if you need help, we can help each other. We can even get people from outside city to do it. Dream big, celebrate our beautiful Dharma. And you can celebrate in various means. We have some good expertise. Some of the cities in America even get local grants for that. You see, the local city council, the cultural council of cities would want such events in their city, in their own suburb. And so you can think about that. It's the most difficult thing is the first time. Once you do it, and once you taste the success and see how people are really immersing into what we are doing, I'm sure by the grace of Guru and Bhagavan, we will certainly grow there. And that can be a hallmark even for Gopakuteeram and Jeevood. We can certainly try doing that. And one more thing I understood here was, earlier, some of us grew in a village, okay? And in a village, there would always be somebody, an elderly person teaching Sahasranama. Even though I grew in heart of Chennai, there was an elderly person who used to call us in the nearby block saying, I'm going to teach Bhagavad Gita. Why don't you come and learn from me? And in the temple, they were teaching Sahasranama. In some other place, they were teaching Nalayira Divya Prabandham, the Alvar's great Sri Suktis. In some other place, they were teaching, the various songs of Lord Shiva by Nayanmars. There were a party class nearby. There is a dance class nearby. There is a bhajan class nearby. There is a puja saying that in Ramanavami, we are wanting all of you to come and do Archana of Rama. So all this used to happen. But when you move away from the mainland, which is Bharatavarsha, and now you are Americans in America, I think Gopakutiram and GOD is trying to fill that possible void. I know some of the temples also do it, but we want to do it on a broader scale to include all aspects of our Sanatana Dharma. And your flexibility is amazing that you are using both online and virtual and actual on-site type of classes. Remember, we are making it a spiritual village out there. We are giving them the same support system which we used to get as a village. Mother and father cannot teach everything or inspire everything in the children in this current scenario. We used to have our uncles and aunts and our granddads and granduncles and our neighbors in the earlier days where we were truly a village, a way that we were close-knit. They supplemented the needs of inspiring children, which parents alone couldn't do, either because of time, energy, or attention. But now we have Gopakutiram, we have wonderful teachers like you to do that. Remember, I remember each of you telling me, most of you telling me, that you look upon the students as your own children. You see, you feel the same motherly or a fatherly or a sisterly or a brotherly love towards the children who come to Gopakutiram as your own brother or sister or child, isn't it? That's exactly how a village used to be, you see. And I'm so inspired, so happy. It struck me when each of you are explaining that we are bringing in this wonderful new, possibly hybrid spiritual village support system especially for Hindu children at large in America. And so you're doing a great seva to our Dharma. Of course, you are doing it because you love our Swamiji or you love Bhagavan Sri Krishna, but you are also serving our Sanatana Dharmis at large. And that's exactly what our Swamiji would also love to see. And that's exactly what you are doing. And please continue with electives. Each of you have your own strengths, and we can use the strengths either locally or even internationally to bring in some nice elective classes. You can educate and be educated in the process about things which you feel very strong about or which you are very strong in. It can be singing, it can be dancing, it can be aesthetics, it can be anything. And so another wonderful idea I thought we can read across everywhere is this drama. The year end, I think all our centers can try doing, engaging as many kids possible. Most of you are already doing it. Please continue doing it. Get the children together, call the teachers and do a small little play or a drama. And I have seen many parents getting tremendously inspired when their own children act in a drama, whether it's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Dhruva Charitram or Prahalad Charitram or Ambarish Charitram. So it's a great idea. I think it's a fantastic thing to do. And it doesn't matter if there are only 3 children or 30 children. We can try to dramatize some of our epics and itihasas and Puranas concepts as a drama with all the 9 yards, all the effects and all that. It will be great, I think. And some of you are already doing that. And I'm very happy that we are all impacting our society in a great way. And I'll tell you, 90% of your impact is unseen. And I know that. As a student, I know that. I know how each of my teachers at school itself, and some of the teachers who taught me Bhagavatam, some of the teachers who taught me Bhagavad Gita when I was a kid, that impact even they don't know. I know it, but I have never got an opportunity to even express it to them. And it's the same to you all. So what you see as an impact, what you see as some of the students coming back and saying, like some of you shared, that Mahamantra is helping me a lot to cope up with my pressure, to actually strengthen me during my trying times, or how Hanuman Chalisa is something which inspires me, gives me strength. What you're seeing is hardly 10% or 5% of the impact you have. So please visualize this wonderful impact, and that will give us more energy and more enthusiasm to continue this wonderful path. And finally, remember this: faith or a belief system or a conviction in things which are good and divine can only be reinforced by satsang. It cannot be done by anything else. It can't be done by self-study alone. And we are giving a wonderful opportunity for these youngsters to have this satsang virtually or in class, and that is going to truly shape their character and destiny. And you are doing a fantastic seva to Sanatana Dharma, and hence to our Swamiji and to our beloved Thakurji. And it's my earnest prayer that these 100 plus teachers are constantly nourished by the grace of our beloved Swamiji and nourished by the kripa of our Madhuri Sakhi Sameta Premika Vrata Thakurji. It has been a wonderful day for me to listen to all these wonderful stories of how you are inspiring these little children to become wonderful, happy, successful, and responsible adults in the days to come. My heartfelt namaskarams and pranams to all these selfless souls who are ennobled by this great seva of Gopakutiram teaching. Radhe Radhe.